ElLife, yo, 20 en ElLife desde Montreal sobre rap latino para el mundo. 20 ElLife.
¿Qué pasó, mi gente? ¿Qué pasó, mi gente? I'm gonna clean this up. Damn, man, that's not looking good. That's not looking good. Just a second, mi gente. Just a second. There you go. There you go. Todo limpio, todo limpio, todo limpio. So today, man, vamos a tener una entrevista con Blood Petroleum. Blood Petroleum. Vamos a tener una entrevista con él, creo que si no me equivoco, de Nueva York. Saludos a King Alex, Young Wolf. You're gonna have your interview probably like next year, bro. But yo, you know, we got you, we got you. Y como les dije, man, hoy en ElLife vamos a tener una entrevista con Blood Petroleum. Yo creo, como les dije, de Nueva York. Ya tiene 20 años de carrera. Ustedes ya saben lo que es ElLife. La semana próxima va a ser la última semana de entrevistas. Y después vamos a hacer una semana especial. Ustedes ya saben, solo, you know, send some love, dar opiniones. Probably we're gonna do a review of the year, you know. Yo y Lumi nos van a tirar tomates como siempre, man. But it's all good, man. We know what we're doing, man. Y como les dije, man, hoy la entrevista con Blood Petroleum. La semana próxima tenemos a Kevin Calix. Después tenemos a Philo X de Panamá. Después vamos a tener el miércoles a Carlos Muñoz, man, el gerente de Loud, man. Yo, el gerente más pesado de Montreal, man. This guy got it locked, man. Big up para él, man. Tengo suerte de conocerlo. Muchas gracias, man, por aceptar la invitación también. Y también con Von J, man. Von J, que vamos a tener una entrevista con él el jueves, man. Entonces, yo, man, otro también veterano, man, que tiene tiempo en el movimiento de Montreal. So it's gonna be fucking crazy, fucking crazy. Súper agradecido a toda la gente que nos está apoyando para lo que es lo de las entrevistas. Y en It Is What It Is. So, ahorita le voy a enviar la invitación a Blood Petroleum. Y pues ya saben, man, que le tenemos que subir al tren, man. Oh my God, oh my God. I light it up on the fucking wrong side, man. Am I already high like that? Damn, bro, I fucked it up. It's okay, it's okay. We good, we good. Por eso siempre se prepara más que un pito, man. Como les digo, ahorita le voy a enviar la invitación a Blood Petroleum. 20 años por lo menos de carrera en este movimiento. So we're gonna see what's up, man. What do you do, man? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estamos? Un placer, man. Ya tú sabes, aquí, Money Hunters, T-Boy, Black Petrol, Tercer Mundo. Ya estamos aquí en vivo. Gracias por la oportunidad, por hablar a la gente. Yo, shout out to you guys out there, man. Shout out to Cuervo, shout out to you, man. Doing some dope work, dope material, man.
Yo, muchas gracias, loco. Primero que nada, o sea, ¿el nombre es Blood Petro o Blood Petroleum?
No, so Black Petrol es el nombre de la organización, del grupo, de la corporación, ¿tú me entiendes? So, el nombre del proyecto es Black Petroleum, la petrolera. So, es parte de una división de un grupo que comenzamos nosotros a rapear como en el 2003-2004, que se llama Money Hunters. Tú sabes, nosotros comenzamos como un grupo y después nos subimos entre diferentes facciones que comenzaron a desarrollar su propia crianza, su propia gente. So, Black Petrol es la división mía, donde yo tengo artistas que hacen música de inglés y también de español, que yo lo grabo y yo, tú sabes, lo ayudo por sus promociones locales. Pero yo me llamo Taffeta.
Taffeta, ay. Okay.
You know, when they call me Allah, some people who love me call me Allah because they think I'm a know-it-all. Not because I'm God or anything, but yo me la de sabe todo. Pero un saludo, mano. Gracias por tenerme aquí hoy.
Ok. Entonces, man, vamos a hablar, o sea, de tus proyectos, porque yo vi que tú ya habías sacado, o sea, El Hijo Nativo, pero antes de eso también habías sacado otros proyectos. So, vamos a hablar un poco de eso, pero como te dije, man, yo, muchas gracias por aceptar la invitación, porque también, ¿cómo te puedo decir, man? Yo sé que tú tienes tiempo en el movimiento y también tú eres alguien que siempre ha reconocido el talento de la gente, man. Y a veces, bro, tú sabes qué, man. ¿Cómo te puedo decir, man? La gente que hacemos eso, man, a nosotros, bro, no nos tiran flores. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it sucks because it's all good. Like, we do it for love and everything. But at the end of the day, man, people are a little bit greedy because they should, you know, say like, yo, big up, you know, this guy is doing his job and everything. Because at the end of the day, man, like, it's stupid to say, but we need that cheer up. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least give us back the love, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. Yo, un saludo. That's why, you know, ¿cómo te digo? Como en la lucha siempre hay gloria, ¿tú me entiendes? Y los artistas que luchan por el principio de la música y del arte, para mí, son la gente que deben ser lo primordial y lo que se presenta como el talento, right? So, para decirte eso, los proyectos que yo tengo son en agosto, yo tiré a EP que se llama El Hijo Nativo, que como yo lo quería diseñar, era como un audiobook, tú sabes, la literatura auditiva. So, el punto era de crear como una escena, y la escena después te viene a juntar con un tico. So it's going to be like almost like you're listening to like an audio movie, right? Like a movie that's musical, like a musical, almost like Hamilton.
Yeah.
¿Tú me estás entendiendo? So, eso fue el punto de Nativo, y después en el 2012 yo saqué otro proyecto que se llamaba El Invierno Más Frío. Ese fue mi primer título independiente como artista independiente del grupo de que yo era. Nosotros, como te dije, que en el 2003 y el 2004 yo era parte de un grupo que son familia ahora, tú me entiendes, no somos grupos, pero somos hermanos, que se llama los Money Hunters. Nosotros comenzamos Yeah, man.
Pero espera, antes de empezar a hablar, o sea, de Money Hunters y de tu primer álbum, porque a mí me gustó mucho El Hijo Nativo, lo escuché un poquito El Invierno Más Frío, pero fue like I got hooked up con El Hijo Nativo. Pero antes de hablar de eso, me gustaría, o sea, primero, o sea, que me digas, o sea, qué parte del mundo tú representas.
So I'm in New York City, baby. Yo soy la ciudad que nunca duerme, en Nueva York. Tú me entiendes, el corazón de todo, que en el Alto Manhattan, Dykeman, ya tú sabes, represento a Dykeman 100%, que es like the enclave to the city of New York, man. So Dykeman all the way, New York City, baby. Shout out to Canada, though. You guys are doing your thing too, man. I appreciate what you guys do, bro.
Respect, gracias, bro. Since you're from Nueva York, dame tu top 3 de Nueva York. Todo confundido, man. And it's hard, because, you guys are the Mecca, you know, so, para mí, dime, o sea, ¿cuál sería tu top 3 de Nueva York? O sea, la gente que te influenció más.
Rapero de hip hop en inglés o en español.
Ok, vamos a hacer los dos, like, to be fair, you know.
Yeah.
tres en inglés y 3 en español, bro.
No, I'm gonna tell you, for me, I think, New York has a lot of good rappers, bro. Te voy a decir, yo creo que un artista como Jorneo, artista como Mexi, tú sabes, artista como Houdini, Tali, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of good, talented underground cats that are doing good work in New York. I'm thinking off the top, and I apologize if I can't remember all of the good artists, pero para mí, yo creo que todos traen una cosa diferente. ¿Tú me entiendes? Yo me considero un viejo en esto. ¿Tú me entiendes? Yo no estoy buscando, ¿cómo te digo? Yo no estoy buscando de ponerme hasta en la competición con la juventud en términos del fanbase. Yo lo que quiero hacer es la música, que la musa mía que me llama, cuando esa mujer llama y dice, yo, I want you to make a song. You feel me? That's what I do. I don't care whether 50 people listen to it or 50 million people listen to it. Like I'm in the place in my life where I do the music for the art. And so I think in New York we got some really good rappers, man, that unfortunately are victims of the market and are victims of what commercialization has done to hip hop. Like hip hop in Spanish especially, it's not organic. ¿Tú me entiendes? La música de rap no está orgánica ahora. Es algo sumamente artificial que está componida porque la que gente está viendo. Trappers and all this stuff. Like, nobody's from the South, bro. Like, half of these trap artists that are popping right now, they've never been to a trap. Entonces, para cortarse un poquito. Nueva York, aquí yo creo que tiene mucho talento, muchos raperos talentosos. También tenemos mucha gente del underground en inglés que también tiene la capacidad y tiene la habilidad de ser buenos raperos. So, I mean, I don't have a top 3, but I definitely shout out and represent all the New York rappers, man. Shout out to los Yayo Boys who doing some dope work too.
Yeah, for sure. Yayo Boys son de los primeros, for sure.
I think they definitely, if there was like an underground song of the year, Me Quiere Ver Caer is that one. Like, I'm sorry, that joint is fire. And that, shout out to, to Uno, shout out to Vita, and shout out to Flip Hustle, bro. Those dudes are definitely putting in work, man.
Big up, man. Big up para ellos, man, que también los tuvimos en entrevista, man. Te iba a decir, what about the Big Pun, man?
Big Pun?
Yeah.
I feel like, for me, in English, so I'm going to tell you the truth. Los raperos favoritos míos son, sin ser de región, Black Thought, right? Most Def, and then like Jay-Z. Those are the three kind of rappers que yo brinco de uno al otro. ¿Tú me entiendes? I have my moments where I want to hear that money talk, because we're in the city that never sleeps. But then you gotta also, ¿tú me entiendes? El rap es una vía de comunicación. Y nosotros como raperos tenemos la responsabilidad de ser honestos en nuestra música. Y yo creo que a mí lo que más me llama la atención es la honestidad. ¿Tú me entiendes? Si una persona está hablando de una forma honesta en la música, I appreciate that. So, I mean, of course I play Big Pun, but for the guys who influenced me, like, in terms of how I approach my rapping, it was like Black Dog, Most Def, Jay-Z here. I listen to a lot of M.O.P., you feel me? Like, stuff like that, man. So, I got a very eclectic palette.
All right, respect. Era solo para ver un poco el background, eso a veces nos ayuda un poco a entender, o sea, el rapero, ¿tú me entiendes? ¿Y de dónde viene, o sea, el nombre Taffeta?
Eso fue un apodo que me pegó un amigo mío cuando yo tenía como 5 años, 6 años. And I don't know why they gave me that name, but it just stuck, so it was one of those things that, it sounds kind of cool, and then I found out what it was, and then I didn't know how to take it, I felt like, wait, this is silk. So, I mean, that means that, I'm smooth player, so, it's trying to be smooth and just act like what that is, which is a fabric, you know what I mean? So it's moldable, it doesn't necessarily stay in the same shape, no se queda en el mismo lugar, ¿tú me entiendes? So that's why that name came about, but eso fue un apodo que me pegó un amigo mío de chamaquito, y we didn't know, so it just sounded cool, so I was like, whatever, man, we run with it.
Nice. Ok, entonces dime cómo empieza, o sea, tu carrera antes de llegar al proyecto primero que hiciste, o sea, cómo empieza tu carrera de rapero en Nueva York, cómo era la realidad, because I mean, you're in the Mecca, so I mean, like, that's, is it in the air, like, how is it?
Man, so, it's interesting, right, because when I started rapping in Spanish, I started rapping in English. Like, the first thing I was an English rapper, right? It was funny because I went to Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics. At that time, Mace and Cameron were both students. And, there was a whole hoopla around that Harlem World Sound and whatever. And everybody wanted to be, in the scene or whatever. And my friends, I had a friend of mine who was named Chino and Danny, who were part of this like underground rap group called the Rude Boys. And so, they used to come and try to get me to go to their shows. They were doing, this was when Daddy Yankee was still doing Playero 36 tapes. I'm talking about, he did a show in G-Dubs with these guys, George Washington, one of the high schools de la área que se llama George Washington, he did a show. So yo venía and me querían llevar, and I'm like, I'm going to be real, and no, I don't want to insult nobody. I was like, man, I ain't listening to that hick shit. Fuck out of here with that hick shit. Fuck out of here, I ain't listening to that hick shit, bro. That's not me. So,
yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I mean, los tiempos eran diferentes. I mean, probably you were already in the rap like boom bap thing, like New York thing. Y ellos llegaron con un sonido like a bit different.
Yeah, so one day, one of my boy Chino, like we in his house chilling, and I'm like criticizing they shit. It's like talking mad shit. Like, yo, that shit is whack, son. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And he go around. Why don't you write a verse then? And he challenged me to write a verse. And I'm like, yeah, man, fuck that. I'll write a verse. I grabbed the pen and started writing something. And when I finished, he said, I read it. I spat it to him, and he looked at me. He said, yo, Jay, that's really good. And from there, it was just like, he got me more into like, yo, you actually got some, like, they sold me the dream, bro. They sold me the dream. They gave me the crack pipe and told me smoke that shit, and I believed it, right? So after that, we kind of just built a little crew named Tercer Mundo. It was me, him, and my boy Danny, and we would just like, make music and record shit. And this was a time where like Spanish hip hop was still not relevant for nobody. Like, it was like, you listening to that shit, you off the boat type shit. You feel me? Like, nobody's really fucking with that shit. And then, like, to your point, como punto dijiste, yo crecí oyendo boom bap. So para mí el sonido del hip hop, como lo hace, como lo hacía Vico C, no necesariamente, no insultando su música, pues no necesariamente me llamaba la atención. A mí me llamaba la atención la música que hacía, tú me entiendes, Das Effects, que hacía, tú me entiendes, Leaders of the New School, que hacía, you know, Pete Rock, CL Smooth. That music was what called me. So I'm like, wait a minute, I could rap in Spanish, and all I need is that sound. ¿Tú me entiendes? So nosotros comenzamos a grabar, a hacer música a los beats urbanos de Nueva York. A ese tiempo también había un grupo que se llamaba 809, que yo me imagino que tú lo conoces. Houdini,
los entrevistamos, claro.
ellos llegaron un poquito más tarde. En ese tiempo, y nosotros no íbamos a la cancha de baloncesto de Diamond to battle each other, like battle rap, you know. And that's what really the culture in New York City started. And then there was, you know, shout out to God Plan Records, man. My man Major from the God Plan Records, he used to egg us on, like, yeah, take that, you know, battle. Tírense uno al otro, tú me entiendes? And it was all competition. Like, nobody was trying to fight nobody, bro. It was not that serious. We were a little bit more mature than most cats. So we knew, like, yo, we could diss each other and say all sorts of shit and then shake hands and smoke a blunt later. You feel me? Like, that kind of stuff. So we kept it going, and we kind of revved it up in, like, 99. So in 99, we linked up me, Danny. Well, Danny had left to Indiana. Me, Chino, and then my man, Bane, a.k.a. 3M, joined. He became part of the team. And then, you know, we just grew like a family. And then we started working with Padrino, which is, at the time, we used to call him DJ Snips. We started working with Padrino on a few records. You know, nothing ever came materialized in terms of a full project. But from that, you know, I met, we linked up with my boy, Ali, who's like now, like that meets like this, bro. You know, that's my heart right there. That's my man Bane's cousin. And from there, bro, it was just like, yo, we're gonna run with this stuff, right? Like we're gonna go all the way with it. And you know, we built a studio in Davidson houses, in Davidson right there in the Bronx, and we just started recording hip hop. You know, and we honestly, to be quite honest, you know, for us it was a little bit different because we like entrepreneurs. So it was like, yo, if we can't find a DJ who want to DJ our shit, we're gonna do it ourselves. If we can't find an engineer who want to engineer, we're gonna engineer our shit ourselves.
Meter mano. Pero lo que me gustó, o sea, la parte donde tú dices, ejemplo, tú sabes, o sea, sin faltarle respeto, o sea, a la gente que estaba, ejemplo, en Puerto Rico, todo, donde tú dices, ejemplo, como Vicosito, porque yo creo que también, ejemplo, el hecho que ustedes estando, ejemplo, en Nueva York y escuchando esa música, like, you guys understand, like, you understand English, like, so you understand what these guys are rapping about, you know, so you feel it. Y nosotros, ejemplo, Montreal, yo creo que también es un poco esa realidad, because we're like 6 hours away from New York. So us, like, yo, bro, like, you know, we had that inspiration, like, coming from you guys, you know what I'm saying? So it's about the same thing as you say, que ejemplo, nosotros tuvimos, o sea, una influencia de latinos, pero el rap en inglés, bro, man, we were living it, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, respect, porque, like, eso es un punto interesante. Y entonces,
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, entonces, entonces tú llegaste con tu primer proyecto que se llama El Hijo Nativo, pero eso no es it doesn't come from a book, like the title?
Smart man, yes. So both stories, both tapes, the one in 2012 and this one, are based off of authors or different authors' books. So The Coldest Winter Ever, which is Sister Soldier, and El Hijo Nativo, which is James Baldwin. If I'm not mistaken, if it's James Baldwin, I'm sorry, yeah, James Baldwin, if I'm not mistaken. So the reason that I chose that is because, like I told you, for me, music is an expression of life captured in the moment. You feel me? And I don't approach writing a song the same way most cats do. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't chase the popular sound. Like the whole point of me doing that record the way it was is because the sounds that I want to hear are the sounds that speak to the shit that I want to say. You know, trap to me is just like a very popular form of commercials. Like you're doing jingles when you're doing that kind of shit. You feel me? It's not based on inspiration. And so I think for me to capture an idea of how I want to get inspired, I read these stories, right? And I connect them and I say, man, you know, that struggle, that life struggle, that wanting to get to a point of success and call yourself, you know, a success and feed your family. Like, what the fuck does that even really mean? Like, what the fuck does a success mean? Like, what are we chasing, you know? Like, there's a lot of questions that we ask ourselves as human beings that we don't necessarily speak to nobody else about. Like, you know, there are times where I'm like, yo, I've made pretty good for myself. And, you know, and it ain't been off of rap. It's been off of, like, you know, hard labor and whatever, you feel me? But I made pretty, and it's like, you get to a point where you're like, man, all of this, and then 40 years from now, I'm going to be in a motherfucking box. You feel me?
Straight up fact, man.
You know, and so what are we chasing? So it's like, for me, when I make a record, I want to capture that moment of like exaltation or struggle or joy or frustration or whatever and bottle it for remembrance, right? Because I like, that's what music is. It's a stamp of time. You feel me? And
Pero yo
sometimes,
digo, pero como primer proyecto, a mí es súper, o sea, how can I say, like, you sound like the mind of un veterano, o sea, primer proyecto hace como 10 años yeah, like, you know, CD. So, I mean, and you already had that state of mind, like, I mean, like, that's respect, because, you know, like, no sé si tú creciste rápido or something like that, but I mean, even the way the project sound, lo que me gusta, and that's something that I feel that rappers don't do now. I don't know if you did the mix of that. Lo que a mí me gustó is that it has like samples from movies, you know, and that's like dope. Like, you know, it changed, like, you know, it makes like the CD more alive, you know, como tú dices, como una película. Tú la escuchas and you see things, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't get. Like, you have to search for it.
right. Yeah, no, and listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when I did, so when we started doing, because we had, as a group, we did a few CDs, right? We had La People La Roja, we had, and you can go on YouTube and you can just look up Money Hunters and, you know, you'll get a whole playlist of a whole bunch of songs that sound like, you know, done by dudes who really don't know how to mix records like that, you know, but they sound good, but they're not the greatest records in the world. And I'm being honest, you feel me? But when I started working on my own music, right? Like I told you, man, like I have a different perspective of life, right? So I'm trying to say, what the fuck is the point of me writing these records? Why am I writing these songs? What's the point of this? Why am I taking, you know, why do I want to take 10 minutes of your life to listen to the shit that I got to say? And what do I got to say to you that's so worth for you hearing it? You know, because at the end of the day, and I always told my friends this shit, is that, yo, we hustling words, man. Rappers is hustling words. That's the most illest hustle on the planet, because you hustling words. You feel me?
Up, yeah.
And it's like, you got to know what the fuck you hustling. So if you just thinking that because you got a flow of fly beat and you saying a couple of jams, okay, in the moment it's going to capture people's attention. But once it's faded away and that initial impact is gone and people start on layering your shit and decoupling your shit, what are they going to find? You feel me? Are they going to actually listen to substance? You know why I said that a guy like Black Thought and Jay-Z are people that I like? Because you can listen to Reasonable Doubt 2 days. Right? Reasonable Doubt 2 days.
Yeah, that's one of the best albums, de verdad, sí, de verdad.
It connects. You feel me? It connects. And it's because he took the time to speak about perspective, you know, introspection, the mind talking to itself.
Yeah.
That's what you're listening to. You're listening to Jay-Z's mind talking to himself. You feel me? And that's really good music, you know, and that's why I think, you know, like I told Cuervo, you know, and shout out to Cuervo because I see him here. Like, I have a sincere appreciation for the shit that he does, bro. Because the dude is a fucking beast, and he do it on like official hip hop. It ain't like he could easily be on a reggaeton and easily be on this shit, right? He gifted for that. But dude is, you know, he's passionate about his music and he's putting his music first, and he's putting what the talent is, right? Which is writing a record, making sure that record means something. And I think that's what inspires me to write records, right? Like, when I make my songs, I'm like, I'm my own worst critic. Like, the people who know me, they know I'm a fucking hater, bro. And it's for real. I hate everything because I have a high standard. I'm sorry. I got a high standard, brother. I got a high bar. And my bar is my taste. And if it offends people, good luck with that. If your shit sucks.
Yo, but you know what? You know what's crazy? It's like, porque mira, o sea, va un poco con lo que tú dices. Ejemplo, yo creo que tú tienes hijos. O sea, yo también tengo un hijo, okay? Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, let's say I can look in 20 years, 30 years and show him a song that I did and, you know, be proud of it and be like, yo, mira, O sea, yo estaba hablando de eso, de eso, de eso. Pero tú ves el tipo que tiene una canción donde es rómpale el culo y ponla en la pared, bro. You know, you're gonna talk to your son in 20, 30 years and be like, oh, it was a vibe, it was a vibe. Like, come on, bro. Like me, like you said, like, nosotros hacemos la música por, o sea, diferentes razones, bro. And at the end of the day, yo creo que muchos de nosotros, o sea, no somos reconocidos, pero at the end of the day, vamos a ayudar que esta línea se quede. ¿Tú me entiendes? Porque somebody's gonna come one day and take that and like, take it to another level, and they're gonna thank us, bro. I'm telling you, man.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what the words that I live by, and this, I mean this shit sincerely. Ridicule is the burden of genius. Ridicule is the burden of genius. To be ridiculed is to be a genius amongst idiots. You understand? So the struggles that artists who are actually putting out really good fucking music are going through, it's not because their music isn't good. It's not because their marketing scheme isn't good. Because to be honest, in order for you, para tú pegar un tipo ahora, tú tienes que invertir $100,000. Do I look?
Yeah.
And this is the truth. For you to pegar un disco through the streaming services, the packages that you have to buy, all the fucking ass kissing that you got to do with these DJs, it's $100,000.
Yeah.
If you were to do that in the business world, you wouldn't get hired as a fucking janitor because business money, the music business as an investment process is horrible. The rate of return on music is horrible, and you got so many artists that think that they're gonna make a hit record and they're gonna get $100 million and they're gonna throw a shitload of money on it, and that's what's happened. You gotta sacrifice. The problem isn't the artist. The problem is the ecosystem. It's the DJs, it's the streaming services, it's the fucking video bloggers. I was telling, my boys, we started this little video blog shit where we play artists' music from all over the world. We never asked nobody to pay me $1. I don't give a shit. I don't need y'all money. I only want y'all to do good music, and for that hour on Fridays, we'll play that shit. If it's dope, we play it. You feel me? No matter where the fuck it's from. We'll we'll play Faraón the Shady. We'll play anybody on that shit. If the shit is funny and good, we'll play it. You feel me? And it's called Todología Radio. We on that.
Yeah, Todología. Yeah. I saw it. Yo, respect, man.
So, tú me entiendes? We got a lot of people who don't understand what this is about. You feel me? They think it's really just like, I'm gonna make this hit record because I think it's a hit record. And then when you go, you saturate the market, and you got the Forke, you got a couple of other folks who be suffocating the market with bullshit. You feel me? When you got really good rappers who gotta pay to get their music played, that's what it is. It's pay to play. You have to pay a lo fucking $500 to get your shit spun. You gotta pay this motherfucker $500 to get your shit spun. You feel me? So no matter how dope your video is, no matter how fire your record is, if you're not greasing some bum ass motherfucker's palm, you're not popping.
Yeah, sad reality, pero es verdad, man. Es muy triste. Shit, yo, that's real talk, man. Yo, el cuervo me lo dijo, yo, this guy is a brain, So respect for that, man, porque yo siento que, o sea, está bien, estamos haciendo una entrevista contigo, pero that, you're showing something else, and you're showing that, you have a brain, and we need people like that to build up. Especially like el hecho que, como tú dices, que hay un problema por la manera que la música está hecha, o sea, la industria, no podemos hacer plata. And like you said, even if like you want to make it, like it's like an investment that, you have to sell, man, if you want to make a little bit of money, or at least pay everybody you owe money, So, sí, es verdad, muy loco, man, pero I don't know what to say about that.
You gonna tell me I'm gonna take $100,000 and blow it on a video? For that, I'll go pay a fucking law degree at NYU. What the fuck am I gonna make more money with that than I'm gonna do with the stupid ass video? I need to spend this shit $1 million in one time to get $2,000 out of YouTube. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna do that. That's a waste of money. You feel me? That ain't a smart investment. And so what happens is that the artist is caught between a business decision, right, and chasing his art. And I've always said, music is not a business. Art is not a business. Art is an expression. It becomes a business when there are people interested in purchasing the art, but you cannot determine the market. And a lot of artists need to understand you will never determine the market because the market is predetermined for you. It's a price point to play in certain places. You know what separates a dude like me and Cuervo from a Bad Bunny and fucking Daddy Yankee? Radio. And all that means is 100 grand to some fucking DJ and other things that motherfuckers are doing, you know, like taking grease up their butt, you know, playing butt bubbles over here. You feel me? Doing all sorts of other shit. So they can get, you know, so they can get their records spun. And niggas, some motherfuckers live on principle. I live on principle. I live on principle. You feel me? I live on the fact that I'd rather not sell a fucking record if I have to sell my principles. And I'm living by it.
Pero es loco porque yo, o sea, mismo yo veo gente a mi alrededor que they don't care about that. Like, you know, if everybody's listening to somebody, they all gonna listen to it. And they always, you know, say like they love the beat. You know, that's what they say. They love the beat. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy, man. Ahora yo creo que la música se consume un poco diferente, ¿tú me entiendes? And that's what I'm saying. It's sad for us because nosotros escribimos, o sea, palabras que la gente, o sea, es como, si no escuchan, están sordos, no ven eso, you know? So at the end of the day, I don't know, tal vez vamos a ser como Picasso, no that people, you know, that cuando se mueren, ahí es donde van a decir, oh, shit! Yo, this guy was good, huh? Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
This guy was oh my God.
¿Me puedes hablar de una canción que escuché yo, bro? Que same thing, like it's about knowledge. Se llama La Penumbra.
Yeah. That song I wrote it. It's funny because that was the first song that sparked me writing that project. Like I said, I get inspired. I don't know. I was having a conversation with my wife, and I had, you know, beats just playing there, and I just heard that beat, and it was just like, you know, we're at a twilight. Like I'm at an age where I recognize my age. You know, I don't wear the colorful shit that these dudes be wearing. I don't be wearing skinny jeans. I have a house. You know, I have shoes and business suits in my house. I know how to tie a tie. You know, shit like that. So I'm at a certain age where I recognize what the fuck I am and the position that I got to play for the younger generation, right? So that song represents that. La Penumbra is that twilight. It's that point of dusk and dawn, light and, you know, light and dark, day and night. And that's the same place that we always find ourselves in. It's that in-between ground, right? Of whether we're going to begin something or it's ending. And for me, this tape was either going to be a beginning or an end. You feel me? It was either going to be like something that sparked me continuing to make music, or it was going to be the last records I do. Because I get to a point where it's like, you know, the biggest problem that we've had as a culture, and what I mean us, I mean the guys who do boom bap hip hop records, not trap motherfuckers or reggaetonero or fucking merenguero fracasado or salsero fracasado. I'm talking about like motherfuckers that do boom bap. Or un rockero fracasado como un residente, you know, whatever. None of these motherfuckers will be frustrated, whatever, with their life that want to jump over to another genre. But, like, you know, we have to understand, like, there's certain messages that we got to be able to send. And then we got to create those pipelines. So my role now is, like, as I move away from the music, is how do I elevate that music, that genre that built me up for 10 years and kept me afloat when I didn't have anything else, to the forefront and help those artists who maybe it ain't me no more, right? It ain't me no more, but it could be the next one. You feel me? It could be this dude over here. Shit, fucking Cuervo. I remember taking Cuervo up like 9, 10, 12 years ago about that shit, Una Peculiar, that he did with Black Aqua. And I love that shit. I was like, yo, this shit is fire. And ever since then, you know, I've appreciated this dude. And anytime I can get to send one of his done records, yo, we pumping this shit. I mean, this shit right here is love, son, because it's a culture and it's a movement and it's a struggle. And so if it ain't me, it could be the next dude, you know, and we got to think like that. And, you know, a lot of times it gets broken down into some like ethnic divisions, right? Like there's some people who say, oh, Dominican rappers versus, you know, Puerto Rican rappers, or Chicano rappers versus, you know, Venezolanos. And I'm going to tell you right now, fucking Mr. Josie was a fucking beast. You feel me? Them dudes from fucking, them Chicano dudes that be fucking doing that shit in fucking Colorado and Texas, they shit is official. and they shit is unique and it's official. You feel me? Them dudes like you know, dudes like Cancelbero, but you know, Portavoz, and you know, that cat is nasty. You got some really talented cats internationally that appreciate hip hop, and this is something that I'm gonna say, and this is going to all of these New York like motherfuckers, right? The New York like motherfuckers, you know, them dudes who want to be like they from New York and they never been to New York, and you see them all the time, like a Bad Bunny. That nigga never from New York. He ain't from New York. He ain't never been to New York. He don't know what New York is. You feel me? Those cats who imitate that, they don't have an irreverence or an appreciation for our culture. You know, when you got a Coscuela talking about fuck Wu-Tang, I dare you to go to Staten Island and say that shit, player. If you gangster, go to Staten Island and scream that shit. You feel me?
Yeah, man, y eso es otra, pero eso sí es verdad que es como otra conversación y a veces la tenemos, but it's kind of like touchy, but it's true. O sea, el hecho que, o sea, since when it was okay to say like, yo, fuck this and fuck that, bro. You know, like, yo, como ejemplo, I look at music that was done before us. Yo, I admire it, you know, I listen to it and I'm like, yo, I try to see, you know, like, o sea, los puntos fuertes y cosas así, ¿tú me entiendes? Pero ahora yo no sé, o sea, yo siento que hay como una cierta falta de respeto. Pero, like, at the same time, bro, like, a lot of them are kind of our kids, you know? So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, a un cierto punto, o sea, son gente de nuestra edad que no educaron a esos niños, you know? So, I don't know, man. We're in the middle.
You're right. Listen, I always say that the generation before us dropped the ball, but we kicked it across the street. You feel me? We told our kids, fuck you, it's about us. You feel me? It's about me. It's living my best life. It's not living our best life. It's living my best life. But most of those people saying that shit are parents with kids who probably got more gray than I do. And they don't understand their role in the position they got to play for these kids. They don't understand you are a role model, whether you like it or not. Like, I'm talking, like, I'm listening to Meek Mill stuff, right? And I'm like, this dude got kids, this guy's a millionaire, and he's talking like he's some dude from the block. Why? Is your kids going to public school in Philly? No, they not. You got them in a private school. You feel me? But then you selling death to our generation. I hear everybody, yo, rest in peace, King Von. Absolutely, rest in peace, that young man. But listen to his music. He was bringing death upon himself. And we market that shit. We market death of our young people, brother. We are marketing the death of a generation. People are talking about, we got to say Black Lives Matter. Absolutely. And the way we got to show how it matters is by addressing what is the genocidal thing that's taking our life. And that is this violence that's perpetrated by young people upon young people. You feel me? Yeah, the police is doing some dirtbag shit. They always doing some dirtbag shit. But we had a rate killing our generation that's incredible. And a lot of it has to do with the music, bro. A lot of it has to do with all of these kids saying, I'm a shooter, I'm a shooter. You know, they killed a 2-year-old baby at a barbecue. That's insane. Yeah. That's like, and it's the music. It makes it cool. And then you hear the clubs playing this death music, bro. Repeating it over and over and over and over. It's death. It's selling death to our generation. And we are cool with that. We say, nah, you know, it's a generational thing. No, bro. Because we have rappers talking that shit, but we have rappers talking life. We have rappers talking like, yo, you know, we got to build up our communities. We got to build up our people. We got to get this money. We got to build up our systems. We got to go and own this shit. This generation ain't talking about that. This generation's talking about, you know, I wanna get leaned out. I want the bag. You know, I'm a trapper. Look at me. I can't read or write, but I could definitely do some other shit. I could shoot with this finger. Whatever they talking that dumb shit. And we co-sign it. We allow it to happen. And we need to start addressing that, bro. And, you know, so what I try to do with this project with the Black Petrol team is work with some young rappers to get them to that point where, yeah, you know, you get that shit out of your system. Get all of that bird shit out of your system. Because when you hit that point where you need to start seeing life for what it is, you're going to realize, man, all of that shit is nonsense. And it should not take you going to jail. It should not take you dying. It should not take your man dying and having to wear an RIP shirt for you to realize how fucking stupid it is for the shit that y'all doing. Because I was talking.
Sí, es verdad, muy cierto. Es muy cierto porque like, sometimes that's what I say to people, like, okay, ellos dicen así como que ellos no son, o sea, los que al final los que hacen mal, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, o sea, si somos una plataforma o algo así, tenemos, o sea, que address it, because, like, you know, o sea, yo no quiero, o sea, que llegue a pasar que alguien muera and all that, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, yo, it was fucked up, you know, because you're like, no, man, come on, bro, you didn't say nothing when it was going on, and when he was talking about it, you were okay with it, you know? Like, I rather, yo, ejemplo, cuando veo, o sea, gente de, o sea, raperos de la calle y todo, like, you know, I give them the respect and everything, but sometimes, you know, I gotta say, you know, like, you know, you don't care about living or stuff like that, solo no por faltar respeto ni nada, just like, porque es algo consciente, ¿tú me entiendes? Like, I mean, like, and it sucks. Y todavía peor, o sea, cuando es una generación más joven, that you're like, yo, bro, like, you're supposed to want to live, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're so young, like, you know, you're full of life, you know, y al final, ellos van a ser los que van a un día ser, you know, like, you know, the lead in this world. So, like,
Yo,
it's scary, bro.
and I'm scared for that. You know why? Because they're not prepared to lead because we haven't built them up for that. We got to own it, though. We got to own it. Like, we got to own it as a group of adults, as a group of people who care about the future, as parents, as whatever you want to label yourself as. We got to own the fact that we have allowed our young people to believe that their life is worthless, that we prefer to listen and, you know, allow, how do I say this? We feed off of their destruction and we make it entertainment. You know, we sensationalize their death, you know, and we don't have a problem seeing a black body laying on the ground with a bullet hole, you know, because he's a rapper, just as long as his RIP shirt looks fly and the next record that come out is banging. Because you know what people remember now, everybody know who King Von is, right? Because he got a couple of records, a dude who shot him or whoever shot, whatever. And it's like, how the fuck did we get to this point where this music that was supposed to be healing our people and preparing our people for the next step in leadership and empowerment has actually become its worst fucking poison? Because rap right now is poisonous, brother. It is poisonous. Like, when instead of a few artists, hip hop is poisonous right now. Like, I don't even like letting my kids listen to that shit. Like, it's poisonous, and that hurts as somebody who's actually born and bred a hip hop head. You feel me? It is destructive. You know, and you know, we are growing up, we talk our shit. I'm not on the front, like my songs don't have a little bit of violence in them. We all do, but that's more an indictment of our environment as opposed to the sensationalization and love that our young people have for their self-destruction. Like, how the fuck are you talking to me about 22, you depressed and ready to kill yourself? What the fuck are you depressed about, bro? What are you depressed about? Because that's what we need to find out. Whatever's making that young person depressed to the point where he thinks it's okay to grab a gun and walk into a fucking barbecue and clap a 2-year-old, we need to find out what's the problem. Because we need to address it. You feel me? And you know, as musicians, as people who do hip hop, and you know, especially the kind of hip hop that we do, which is more like conscious, you know, and I see that brother saying, can you play devil's advocate? You absolutely can play devil's advocate. I welcome that. So I see the comment. But you know, as conscious rappers, you know, we have to know that we're fighting an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, and it might be one that we lose, to tell you the truth, because we'll never fill the airwaves enough to combat the bullshit that we got. So go ahead, brother. What this today? Machu wants to say. He's in the comment section.
Yeah, I don't see it like.
I see it on mine. But I play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but he didn't say nothing after that. Pero regresando a ti, entonces sacaste el Hijo Nativo 2, volumen 2, right?
Yeah, so el Hijo Nativo volumen 2 viene ahora, posiblemente lo voy a hacer para enero. So, son dos proyectos que yo tengo concurrentes ahora, que es el nivel más frío Hijo Nativo volumen 1, volumen 2 viene ahora. Hopefully I get, you know, I got a song in there with Pueblo that's just gonna be bananas. I definitely believe it's gonna be bananas. You know, and it's gonna be another 5, you know, track to add to that to kind of finish the movie and then call it a wrap. You know, like I've been talking to my so this is like kind of news. that I'm making here. I'm breaking news. Like this project that I'm gonna come up is gonna be my last project. Like I'm not gonna be doing any more.
Pero la carátula sobre tu Instagram, that's the official or not?
So that's that
Like
the picture
the
of the
cover.
crew.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the official
yeah.
picture. That's the official cover.
Oh, yo, that shit is sick, bro.
No, that's my 4-year-old son.
Oh,
I took that picture this day.
no,
Son. Yeah,
no,
man.
no, but I mean from the volume 2, it's like
Oh,
like
the
not
picture of Democles.
like
Yes,
the plane thing.
yeah. So that's so so the way that I'm trying to narrate the story is it's supposed to speak to like a Shakespearean tragedy, right? Where you have a very sudden and chaotic birth. And that's why if you listen to El Hijo Nativo at the beginning of it, there's a footsteps of a woman walking, and then you hear like a gun cocking, and then you hear like a child, and then you hear the gun going off. So they say that if you look in history, right? If you look at all the historical saviors, right? Zeus, Jesus, Buddha, Horus, you feel me? All of these things, they were all born under a bastardized or a very emotionally charged moment, right? They're bastard children, right?
Yeah,
Zeus is a bastard child. Jesus is a bastard child. You feel me? Like they
yeah.
don't have a biological father. They say they have a spiritual father, but not they're bastard children. And bastard children tend to possess a lot more energy because they're made at a moment of high tense intensity and a high passion, right? People who usually those one night stands is like where everybody feeling each other, they want to like let it go. So you feel me? Like so as the story progresses, it shows as this young man, like the project is supposed to show the progression of this young person going through what is deemed life, right? And so he gets to a point where he realizes that really what this is about legacy and being in a position to make change and power. And so the second volume is going to be more of that conversation of like what happened after he just got to this throne, and he sat at the throne and now he's there. That's kind of like the trajectory of the project, and then it's going to end in a very, unique way, and whatever the case may be. Yeah, but I see my brother over here said, I agree with everything you were saying, but that's the type of music that gets the club popping. So I'm going to tell you something, brother. I'm 40 years old. I don't do the clubs. You feel me? I don't really concern myself with what's happening in the club. I'm going to be real,
Anyways,
man.
anyways.
I can't see myself paying $500 on a bottle anymore, kid. That shit ain't working with me. So that justification seems kind of, it seems kind of weak in terms of what we're saying. So we're saying that, a young man's life is worth some spins in the club. Because that to me don't make no logical sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you right. I'm not
Well,
gonna.
anyways, regresando a ti, mira, háblame un poco también de metodología, man, because yo siento que es algo muy interesante.
Yeah.
And same thing, like you showing, like, like trying to get back to the culture. También con este knowledge, tú empujas mucha música. And I think no estás solito en eso, ¿no? ¿Me puedes hablar un poco de cuál es el concepto y todo?
Yeah, somos, tú sabes, como te dije, los hermanos míos de los Money Hunters. Tú me entiendes. Yo tengo a mi hermano Peligro and my man Ali. That guy's like, one of those like people that are just like my spiritual twin and shit. You feel me? That brother right there is like my brother. Although I have my biological brother, he said. And so one day we just sat down, bro, and we just said, yo, what is missing, and what is the biggest issue that artists, independent artists, local artists have to get their music out there? And it's the platforms. It's the platforms that are producing the music, right? You got to pay to get on Spotify. You feel me? You got to pay to get on YouTube. Yeah, shit is free, but if you want some spins, you got to pay. And before that, me and one of my other boys, we were trying to create our own label using QR codes. I don't know if you know what a QR code is.
No.
Okay, so tú has visto los barcodes que son cuadrados.
Yeah.
Okay, so eso, digitalmente, eso crea like a permanent address to a specific location, right? So what we were trying to do was we were trying to recreate mixtapes using that code. So if you scan the bar, you would be able to download all of the songs. So it would be like a carátula. We would have like a carátula, and then in the back, you would have the little barcode. and if you grab your phone and you scanned it, you would download the mixtape right from the barcode. So so we try to do that, and it didn't catch. So it was like, yo, what else can we possibly think of to help push this music forward? And it was like, one of the one things that are not there is video blogs, like live, real time people playing videos and talking shit like MTV does. You feel me? Like this right here. You feel me? Like what we doing? This is dope. So we felt like this is dope. Let's add a new element to it, which is playing the video. You feel me? Showing videos in real time. You know, if we see some whack shit that I just found and I want to play it and want to fucking make fun of it, I'm gonna play it and make fun of the shit. You putting the shit out there, you feel me? You gonna be bound to get criticized, son. So, you feel me? We just decided to do that, and you know, it's catching some good steam, man, because you know, a lot of good independent artists, and we finding a lot of good music from a lot of the world, bro. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a homer for Canada right now, because I think Canada, y'all guys got a really good sound up there, bro. Like, I think your sound is, I think you guys are the New York sound that New York don't got.
You said it. I'm not gonna go there, man. But respect.
For real, it's like, you know, the kind of rap that you guys are producing is what I was anticipating and expecting from artists in New York. I didn't think artists in New York would want to sound like artists from Miami or artists from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you in the home of the hip hop, baby. You in the Mecca. So you know you should be able to feel comfortable using your sound to produce music. And lo and behold, man, you know, so we do it every Friday. We do it about for about 2 to 3 hours, dependiendo si estamos borrachos y nos queremos acostar a las 3 de la mañana, apagamos la vaina. Tú me entiendes, por el punto de te dar una plataforma a los artistas independientes que están produciendo su música y que le damos el chance de ponerle su brillo a ellos, loco, porque if we don't create the culture, we can't create a market. And if we don't create a market, we're not going to be able to do nothing with this shit. So,
muy cierto, man. So te vamos a apoyar. Yo creo que el canal YouTube es Block Petroleum.
Yeah, Black Petroleum on YouTube. On Facebook, it's Black Petro 204 hyphen Black, like it's written in my name here, Black Petro 204. On Periscope, it's Black Petro 204. On Twitch, it's Black Petro 204. So we also, and I'm gonna recommend this to any blogger out there. There is this thing called Restream.io, where you can restream your presentation to multiple platforms at once. And I think it's a great tool to kind of use to kind of help push the hip hop forward. So you know, it's a dope ass thing, bro. Like
nice, respect, man, respect. Muy interesante esto.
So you feel me? It's like that, and you know, ultimately the goal is, you know, to create a network of bloggers and of honestly, like, culture critics to kind of help rein in the bullshit and put the real shit forward. Because we in a new generation, and you know, and this generation, and one of the videos that I want to shoot, and it's funny because I'm talking to the street man, because I'm talking to my boy about this shit. It's like, I want to have like one of these funny looking motherfuckers with this tight jeans shit and dancing in front of the videos, and then we dress like grown ass men moving them out the fucking way. Because it's about time grown ass men take this shit back and stop letting these fucking twinkle toe motherfuckers be the motherfuckers that everybody think is the shit. Like, I never knew dressing in colorful ass outfits was some dope shit. I'm not that kind of dude, son. Never been. So,
but just to clear it, solo para ser claro, porque ¿cómo te puedo decir? A veces tú sabes, la gente lo puede tomar mal y todo. O sea, tampoco no son todos los jóvenes que son así, porque hay algunos que son muy talentosos, you know, and they're doing it good, for real. Like, I know a bunch, pero es verdad lo que tú dices también, you know?
Yo, there's some young cats.
But we have to be clear.
No, you know what? Listen, being honest, you know, this generation is funny because you got a real small percentage of these young kids who really do like hip hop, who give a fuck about it. And the cats that I was talking about, like Portavoz, you know, and these cats in Venezuela, you feel me? These cats in Argentina, the cats in España, como Candy Cane, and these other cats, they really do like hip hop. You feel me? And they give a fuck about hip hop. You feel me? And they try it, but they're not an Anuel. They're not fucking, you know, what else? Fucking Osuna, one of these other fucking dingbats who doing this whack ass shit. So they're not being promoted as, like, you know, like the sound.
Yo, it's so funny. Yo, es el primer invitado que tengo that, you know, he's so cold about that, and I respect that, bro, because
Nobody never said that like that, you know. So respect, bro.
Listen, you know, I'm gonna be real. I'm playing with house money. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? I don't care. These motherfuckers, what are the words they're gonna do me? I'm not a motherfucker. Listen, a smart man told me a jester will never run a kingdom. All right, these motherfuckers are jesters. They're clowns. When the fuck have you ever seen a kingdom being run by a clown? You know what the jester's there for? To entertain the king. That's all he's there for. You feel me? So these motherfuckers are that. They're clowns. They're high-paid clowns. That's all they are. That's all they are.
Respect, yo, ok. Y una última cosa, Doc. O sea, Taffeta, tienes que hacer tu firma. O sea, le pedimos a todos los artistas, you know, you're like, yo, Taffeta aquí en el live, saludando a la gente, bla, bla, bla. And, you know, y también para concluir, tal vez, ¿cuál sería, you know, tu mensaje? Ya que la Navidad se acerca y todo eso, la pandemia, you know.
Word. So, un saludo, tú me dices, so, yeah, estamos aquí, Taffeta, tú sabes, Black Petrol 204 Post, ya estamos vivos, Money Hunters, T-Boy all the way, ElLife Rap, ya tú sabes, un saludo. Ahora en el mensaje de la Navidad, lo que le vamos a decir es, wear your fucking masks. Please, when you in the motherfucking store, wear your mask. I don't care if you walk in, just wear your, even if you don't believe this shit. Just wear the mask. For us people that do believe, that don't want to, you know, see some old person die, just wear your mask.
Yeah.
Un saludo a ti, mi hermano, and you much success, and we definitely gonna be, you know, rooting for you, and we're gonna be helping push the shit forward. You already got an ally over here, so you can count on us, and hopefully we can do the same. You know, this is about this culture, and salud a Pueblo, you know, and definitely, man, thank you for the opportunity to talk to your people and have like this cool hour just talking shit and blowing the breeze, man, because I really appreciate it, brother.
Yo, man, muchas gracias. De todos modos, ya tú sabes, la entrevista la vamos a compartir ya mañana en YouTube, and all that. Y también, join, o sea, el canal de nosotros, y nosotros vamos a hacer lo mismo. Y como tú dices, ya, man, es de crear una conexión. Ya tenemos gente un poco en todos lados, y es hacer un puente entre toda esa gente, man, para crear algo, man. Pero yo creo que ya estamos haciendo, cada uno estamos haciendo lo nuestro, pero ya todos lo estamos hablando también, man. So, it's all good, man. Big respect, bro.
This shit is NAFTA, baby. This is motherfucking NAFTA on crack. What's up, kid? Holla.
Nice. Entonces ya saben, aquí Duende Peter Parker, man, con Taffeta, man. Nos vamos, man, en el live, man. Muchas gracias a toda la gente que se conectaron, man. Peace.
ElLife, yo, Duende en el live desde Montreal sobre rap latino para el mundo. Duende ElLife.